Hello everybody. I'm coming in here today to show you how I make my no-cook refrigerator pickle recipe. The first thing I want to show you, I prepared a lot of it already, but I wanted to show you how I prep my cucumbers, because this is something my mother taught me, and I don't know how many people know about this. Maybe everybody, maybe none. But anyway, I slice off the end of the stem end of the cucumber, and then I rub it counterclockwise, and you'll see some white foamy stuff coming out. That's the stuff that tastes bitter in cucumber peel. Okay, so I love to do that because it makes cucumbers a little less burpy too. So of course, if you have the cucumbers that are burp free, you may not even need to do this. I don't know, I don't use those. These cucumbers were given to me by Brenda Stimmel at church last night. And I'd been wanting to pick some up to make this cucumber pickle recipe because it's more like a salad than it is actually a pickle, but it'll keep for a long time in your refrigerator. It actually keeps 3 months in the refrigerator. And I got this recipe from John's brother and his wife, Jerry and Pam Ackerman. So I don't know if it was her family's recipe or his, but anyway. And then I slice off the other end. And I like to leave some of the peel for color and for Christmas. So I just peel strips off. It's kind of hard for you to see it, but anyway, I'm peeling the strips. And then I cut it in slices to put in my jar. So there are the strips. So you see this has got some color to it. It also, like I said, will be a little crisper. Okay, and now I'm going to move this bowl and set my pickle jar up here where you can see it, and just slice those right into the pickle jar. I also have in the pickle jar a small red and a small orange pepper. I didn't have a green one, so the green in the cucumbers definitely helps with the appeal. So I've got 2 more cucumbers to slice into here. And I used a Vidalia onion. We don't like a real strong onion, so the Vidalia onion, I had some from Aldi's that I had just bought. So I said, well, I'll use those. And then also, got 1 more pickle. It's going to be a pretty tight jar, isn't it? But when you add the vinegar, salt, and sugar mix, this will shrink. It will draw out the water in the cucumbers, and they'll float. So it may look packed, but it's really not going to end up being packed in the long run. Okay, and one thing I did with my cucumbers, I put them in a sink of or a bowl of water with a 1/2 cap of Thieves Household Cleaner in it, and washed them real good with that, rinsed them real well. Now I know that there's nothing that could hurt me that clings to that cucumber. So it just made me feel good. Alright. I'm going to have a few extras here, but like I said, they'll shrink down so I can put those into my jar. In fact, I'm going to take a few off so that it works a little easier. And I'll finish that up with that. And I will also pour another layer of the colorful peppers into it. Now, what we do for the broth, or for the brine, is we take, I've got 4 cups. It said to use 3 medium cucumbers, and I have 6 in there. So I've got 4 cups. I got a double recipe of the brine, and 1/2 cup of salt, and it says 3.5 or 4 cups of, 3.5 cups of sugar, but I'm not going to use regular sugar. I'm using stevia extract to sweeten this. So it is going to be a sugar-free pickle. And so really the stevia sweetens a little better than the sugar does. So I won't have to use as much of the stevia. Okay. Should have had that measured out. I'm actually going to use this bag, because I ingredients here. And I'm going to put 4 cups because twice the 3.5 would be 7. I'm sure that would be way too sweet. And then I'm going to need to stir it. Get me a spoon here. Stir it real well and then let it sit to make sure all of this has dissolved, because I don't really want it grainy in there. I want it to be clear. So it may take it a little while for that to happen. And then I pour it over this, put the jar on it, and let it sit in the refrigerator. Now it's good to let it sit for a week before you actually use them. That's the best flavor, but we're probably going to use a few of these this weekend. And I just got them at church last night, so it's going to be, we're not going to hold them for a whole week, but they'll be in there, and they will keep, like I said, up to 3 months. What I do is as I use them down, I transfer the remaining pickles to a smaller jar so they don't take as much refrigerator space up. That is getting there, but it's not there yet. So anyway, that's the way I make my refrigerator pickles, and I love that they're no cook, very low calorie since we don't use sugar. You can use sugar, and that may even make them a little crisper, but we love it, and we use it. I make a couple jars of these every summer that I can, when I can get the cucumbers. So it's a staple at the Ackerman household, and easy to take to a picnic or a church dinner. Already made, just put some in a bowl and take it with you, and people will enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe.